Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be back after my Paris trip. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I took a very spontaneous trip to Paris with Bella. She's going to college, moving on here in a week and a day. She's moving into the campus, so just a lot of feelings in here, but I'm very excited for her. This has been a dream of both of us for the longest time, and we saw an opportunity to do it. And we just took it and jumped on it without any plans or anything like this. I highly recommend something spontaneous like this, you guys. We had like zero pressure. There was no like building the excitement, which some, you know, part of booking a trip is the excitement, but I think that sometimes we get so excited that you know, it's just we put the standards so high that it's hard to live up to them. And this time around it was just incredible. A few things I wanted to mention before the vlog, because the vlog was very like just showing you guys our day-to-day things that we did. We got there without any plans. The only thing that we booked while we were in the US was the cruise dinner, and that was on the Seine. This is like a 3-hour cruise. I highly recommend if you have the chance to do it. It's a, you know, it's a bit pricey, but it's one of those things that you would never forget. You see the entire Paris, you know, we'd say the skyline, but through the eyes of the river on the, you know, on this beautiful cruise ship. And that has like dinner tables, and you're right by the window. You're eating this gourmet dinner with just beautiful wine. There's different packages that you can get that gives different things, but everybody gets to sit in the boat, and then there's like glass ceilings, just glass everywhere, and then you get to go like outside and take photos. And anyway, I have it all saved on my highlights too. I try to do like different footages on, you know, landscape and for portrait for Instagram specific and for YouTube specifically too. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, I will be checking here the questions, the comments, and I will try to answer to them all. Everything else, we got there on my birthday, the 27th of July, and very jet lagged, but very excited to be there in town. I went straight to Chanel. We had dinner or lunch, and I went straight to Chanel because I wanted to get myself a birthday gift. By the way, Chanel and luxury items are 30% off overseas, so I highly recommend, if you're trying to buy something that's high price ticket, that you wait until you do a trip to Europe. You can also get your tax free, tax reimbursed. All of those questions, I have a highlight. Paris FF, I think it's the frequent ask questions, FIQ. My brain's not working. I just filmed another video. So anyway, everything is being explained on those highlights, but I'll be happy to answer them again here if you leave me a comment with the questions. Other than that, so we woke up the next day, and that's when we kind of decided to do a little plan. I have watched a few vlogs. We booked this trip 4 days before we actually went on it, so I did have 4 days to plan a little bit. We have all of like our travel documents are ready to go, you know, vaccination cards and all of that. So I didn't worry too much about that part of things. France is requiring a booster vaccine, and I don't have one, so I did have to have a negative test. I think it was 48 hours prior to it, had to go and pay for like a PCR test here. But returning to the US is no longer requiring any kind of testing or anything. So that was kind of nice to not have to worry about that. Kids under 18 do not have to provide any of that. I think they might have to provide the vaccination card. I'm not, or maybe not. I can't even remember. I know that Bella has her vaccination but doesn't have a booster, and they didn't need a booster, I guess. Check again, you guys. But something good to check. And then we sat there. Some of the videos had mentioned make sure that you do have some sort of plans, because we're very loosey-goosey, but it's nice if you don't have a plan, things can get easily, you can get distracted from and not actually go see or do what you want to do. And so we ended up buying the tickets for the museums we wanted to go to on that morning. We did get sort of scammed over the Louvre. There are some websites that look like TripAdvisor, so it's very hard. I recommend going straight to the website of the company, whether it's the d'Orsay or the Louvre or the boat, the Bateaux Parisien is the company that we used. go directly to their websites and purchase the tickets directly with them so you don't get bit like this. I was able to get my credit card to reverse the charge, but it was like some $150 for this tour, and the actual entry to the Louvre was like $13 or 15 or maybe 25 with the headphones, you know, with the self-guided tour. So something like way cheaper than what we paid for, and those tickets weren't even valid. I guess it's something that happens a lot, so beware of that. Also wanted to mention about the pickpockets. I went on a rabbit hole and watched every possible video about how to be aware of the pickpockets. You guys, we felt so safe. So don't let that get you from going to Paris. We never once felt like we were being targeted or that we weren't in a dangerous situation by any means. I would tell you that it's not like a dangerous thing. They just, you know, pickpockets are around, and they do say they're very active at that time, you know, when there's a lot of tourists, but it's usually like in highly touristic areas, or if you're just keeping your phone on the back of your pocket or something like this, it's just easily for people to grab. We took the subway all the time, like almost every day. Just make sure that they are in your purse. People are asking me about walking around in designer handbags. You guys, everybody walks around in designer handbags and designer gear. There's nobody's gonna like rob you at gunpoint or, you know, snatch your, at least not that I've seen of or heard of. I think things get a little out of proportion when explaining or when, you know, trying to keep people safe. I didn't feel threatened at all. And we took an Uber like a couple of different times at 2 a.m. and we felt pretty safe. Just be aware of your surroundings is the tip that I would give it to you. Don't be silly and leaving like your phone somewhere like you can do here in the States. They're very quick, you know, about doing things. And I guess they don't have a face. It doesn't necessarily look like a poor homeless person. It's very like it can be anybody that can just, you know, pocket something that you leave unattended, I guess. Ubers were very easy to navigate. Metro tickets, I do have to say, when you ride the metro, keep your ticket for that particular ride until you fully exit the subway, the metro, and then you can toss it away. Because when we went to Montmartre to see the Sacré-Cœur, they were checking in there to see who, I guess it's like a notorious station for people to just kind of like slide through and sneak in. And so they were checking everybody leaving the subway to see if their ticket was from that ride. And I was saving my tickets. I don't know why, didn't think to throw them away, and I gave her a wrong one. She actually put me aside and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta find this because I know it's here. I ended up finding my ticket for that ride, but I guess if you don't find the ticket, you get fined 50 euros for like a 3 euro subway ride. So be aware of that too. People were asking so much about restaurant tips. Guys, my biggest tip is like, go in and enjoy. Don't try to get in the nicest, fanciest one because things booked so far in advance, and the hole-in-the-wall places are the ones that have the best, most authentic foods. We just had a blast eating there and drinking. The wines are just delicious. I did drink every single day I was in Paris. I had their French wine, some days 2 glasses. Oh, the picnic in the tower. Make sure that you guys do that. Just go to the grocery store, pick yourself up some like loaves of bread. They do have some bakeries there with fresh baked bread. We got some really delicious Italian cheeses and French cheeses and salami and like charcuterie goodies, and put it all together. Bia, our friend who lives there, brought some like old mugs from her apartment, but you can just get like disposable things, you guys. Most people just go without even a blanket. They just sit there with their DoorDash, McDonald's or whatever, and make sure you do that. Just take some time to sit and watch the tower light up. It lights up at 10 p.m. In the summertime. I guess as it gets darker, you know, earlier now, it will be different times. So make sure you check on that. It was a very cool experience, very enjoyable, very relaxing, and not expensive at all. So we had an amazing time. Definitely want to go back. There are some things that we didn't have a chance to do that I want to go back and do it. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog as much as I enjoyed filming it. And I will Leave you to it.